It's 5 o'clock.
It's fine.
All right, let's get started. Is that cool? Garth, you
Yeah.
ready? All right, the New Richmond Exempted Village School District Board of Education met at 4 p.m. on May 27, 2026 for a special meeting at 1135 Bethel, New Richmond Road, New Richmond, Ohio 45157, with the following members present. Roll call, please.
Mr. Dufont,
Here.
Ms. Grazer,
Here.
Ms. Story,
Here.
Mr. Wooten,
Here.
and Mr. Zimmerman is absent.
All right, let's stand. I'll say the invocation. And, Dan, would you lead some pledge? I'll do the prayer. Father, we thank you for this evening. Thank you for this time together, Lord. We can convene and have business that really affects not only just our children of today, but our children of tomorrow. I pray you give us wisdom, give us insight tonight, and just pray for those who are less fortunate tonight that, Lord, that are needing, Lord, not just a handout, but need a hand up, Lord, in our community, in our district. Pray that you'd oversee us tonight, and we thank you for all you've done for us. We ask in Jesus' precious name. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Item number 2, approval of the agenda. Recommend the Board of Education approve the agenda as presented. Amy, second.
Second.
Tim, second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Dufont,
Yes.
Ms. Grazer,
Yes.
Ms. Story,
Yes.
Mr. Wooten.
Yes. There are no public participation, so we'll move on to item number 4, human resource items.
Well, since we're together, it's always a good time to do a little human resource item. So what you have tonight are 2 resignations, classified at Monroe Elementary and a certified at the middle school. In item B, it is recommended that the board hire the following employees: certified Lacey Hauser, which is an intervention specialist. We have an opening there, and it's always been typically difficult to find intervention specialists. And then Jeffrey Tyler Klein, he has been with us. He has completed his necessary paperwork to actually move on to the salary scale and no longer be a long-term sub. And then we have a classified hiring, and that is a replacement. Josie Jones is taking up for another employee that resigned, and 4.5 hours cafeteria personnel at New Richmond Middle School.
Easy enough. All right. It's recommended the Board of Education approve items 4A through 4C.
So moved.
Tom, all right, Tim, second.
Yes.
Mindy, any discussion?
Clicky buttons.
All right, roll call, please.
Mr. Dufont,
Yes.
Ms. Grazer,
Yes.
Ms. Story,
Yes.
Mr. Wooten.
Yes. Item 5, real estate purchase agreement.
So if you would be so kind, Mr. Floyd, to pull up the timeline so we can start there. So we do have what most will consider the old bus garage on Front Street. And that is a piece of property that the district has been working through since 2019 to try to auction off and sell. But as we all know in this room, we do have some environmental issues with that piece of property. So the board did offer this piece of property through an auction in November of 2019. Since then, we've been just working through the insurance and the other items to really find a solution that won't cost the district a lot of money to remediate it. There is an environmental impact deep in the ground, and that needs to be remediated prior to really selling and walking away from that property. So as one of our tasks, Mr. Zimmerman and myself and Mr. Floyd really started talking with our consultants at Patriot Energy. They are our partners who will help us with the remediation and the insurance and finding a resolution. After meeting with Kirsty Clark from Patriot Energy, we did talk to the land bank. The land bank is managed here through Claremont County, but it really is accessing what most people would consider brownfield dollars, which is where you are able to access dollars to clean up a piece of property. So we began that conversation with them in January. We had an actual conference call with ourselves, the land bank, and Patriot Energy. We had a follow-up call on May 4th, and that involved Mr. Wooten and Mr. Zimmerman being present just to kind of hear the lay of the land. And then we do have to offer, we do have a community school in our boundaries. And when you do, you must offer them the first right of refusal. So we did offer them that piece of property with the environmental impact on it. And they submitted via email to our general counsel that they do not want that piece of property. I think they would have to take it as is with the contaminants and all. So we received a conditional offer, the board, I should say, received a conditional offer from Claremont County to sell the property for the district to take in $25,000 from Claremont County, and they would do all the paperwork and work through all the contingencies to move this through the land bank brownfield money. And I think what's important for the general public is, if you click to that Excel sheet there, you'll see that our all-in costs are about $376,000 to clean that. Now, we do have some insurance money we've been paying into a consortium. That consortium money is somewhere between $125,000 and $140,000. So you would take that off of that total price. And there has to be some contingencies built into that. So what might be $125,000 to $140,000 might actually lower that to about $100,000 to $115,000. So we are, by doing this and proposing this with the county, we are saving the taxpayers approximately $250,000. And this is a plan to submit it. This is not a guarantee. So should this not be accepted into the program, the county is generously going to reimburse us any costs through our general counsel to work on the agreement. But everything is contingent on being accepted into the program. But when we look at the broader community, we have the ability to save, up to and maybe even more than $250,000. And I would argue with anyone that property is worth $250,000 remediated. So even if we went forward and spent the $250 plus to remediate it, we will not, based on the going value of that property, recoup the community's losses. So as we've been working through this, governmental partnerships are always important, and this one benefits us. And then because it's accepted into a federal program, the county really is not able, as it's been explained to us, to go out and sell it to the highest bidder. They would like to use the piece of property to revitalize and potentially put a parking lot in there to ease, as they've been constructing and working on the revitalization of the village. They see a need for a community parking lot, and that would be their desire. And so they would, they would work through the process and to secure the no further remediation, and the district would be free and clear of any liabilities should this get accepted into the brownfield program. But they have a very firm deadline. If the community wants to know, why are you having a special meeting? They have a very firm deadline of the first week in June to submit this. So it requires us to present to you this agreement, for you to take a look at it, to vote on it, and then it starts the process and we'll meet that deadline. I believe the deadline is June 5th. It's either the 4th or the 5th for them to submit the application. As it's been explained to us by the county, there was another project that has withdrawn, and that opens up the ability for us to access this current round of funds. And we believe, as the agents who run the district every day, that this is a win-win for the board and the community, because as we've worked really hard to battle back the budget, a $250,000 expense would negate a lot of the work that the team, when I say the team, it's all of our frontline employees and admin and staff here have worked to kind of create a better financial picture at the moment.
If we're not accepted, we're back to square one, but can we resubmit for another round? This round, you said, is there another round we can resubmit?
Desmond didn't, Mattia, who runs the program, didn't generally say that, but I mean, we have seen rounds of this. I think, we would continue to pursue this and be good partners with them to see if other opportunities open up. But there have been press releases within the last month just about how much money has been allocated to these type of projects.
And there was another, I can't remember what county, but he mentioned they had passed up on money offered to them, so it's even more available for use on this. So hopefully that helps kind of put it across the finish line with no one else really applying for it, so.
And we will continue to do whatever we can to not have a $250,000 plus charge to the district. So if this doesn't go through, we'll continue to pound the pavement to find a viable option that reduces our exposures and liabilities.
So the monies that are being applied for can go towards the remediation and the potential destruction, construction?
We didn't get that far. I think most of this has to do with the remediation and getting the no further action. It's actually an NFA, no further action, and that's actually the most important thing. That means that we are free and clear and that there's nothing else in terms of the district. And should it be accepted, the minute the sale, because this is for a sale to the county, the minute the sale is approved, we're actually, our liabilities are zero at that point.
Good deal.
What can we do with the 25,000?
We can certainly put it towards, I can't even begin to tell you the number of uses.
I mean, is there a certain place we have to put it in the general fund?
I think
in
it-
the maintenance fund?
there's just we just have to account for it as a sale of real property, so I don't think there's anything special
I
we
didn't
have
know
to
there
do
was-
with it.
No, I
How you had to deposit it?
No,
To
I
what
think
fund?
it's just, we could put it towards use to any improvements,
use
or
it
we
anywhere.
can
We
put
pay
it
the light bill,
towards,
but-
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think.
Can we pay the light bill with that money, or do we have to do
It's
that?
a
with
general
money?
fund
Yeah.
input,
Yeah.
so it can be used for anything that's a general fund expense. We're
Sounds
not
good.
getting rich, but I think the most important thing is it's the liability and the no longer having the time and energy to meet with Patriot and sign a yearly extension on the insurance. And for many years, the district paid into the insurance fund, and it's not really paying what it should. And we've seen our costs increase from January, when we had our first call, to now in May. The cost of remediation continues to climb. So we don't foresee that amount going down. We continue to see it grow in terms of what it would cost the district to get a no further action finding on that piece of property.
And I believe we were purchasing like a $4,000 flood insurance policy for that building too, so that'd be an expense that goes away.
Yeah, that's good.
So,
Yeah,
So 29,000 to the good.
well, kind of a win-win-win.
let's go.
I'll take it.
Plus the taxes every year.
Do we?
I don't think we have to pay any taxes on
And then,
that.
and do we, I think at this point, and Brett and I are relatively finished, I'm finishing my first year, his first 9 months. I don't feel like the district in my research has any more real property in terms of for sale at this point. We don't have any other property to offload, I don't believe.
The thing I can think of be over.
A little snippet behind the baseball field there, but it's all trees. It's all trees. It's just a little.
This is our last bit
That's
of
just a
real,
little strip of
Yeah.
land.
like our last bit of real
Mhm.
property now.
Yeah.
Like,
And
there
this
were
is
all
what the community wanted us to offload all this stuff
Yeah.
years ago.
Mhm.
Well, you have been trying, it's on record since 2019. You've been
Yeah.
trying, but I think what's different now is we have the ability to apply for these funds, which then significantly lowers the
Mhm.
district's liabilities and investment in this. But it's really all contingent on being accepted into the program.
Yeah. I don't recall what they said, how long that process takes once it's in and submitted. Do you recall?
I do not remember. I feel like since the deadline is so soon, I would imagine in the next 2 months we would hear whether we were accepted or not. But I can follow.
That's just
What I
curious.
can do is with Desmond, I can follow up and have some information at the regular board meeting in June.
But they feel good about it though. I felt on the call about it getting accepted.
Yeah,
I thought they just needed to meet the deadline. That was the main thing.
And they were worried about not having enough money to apply for, but it appears that there actually is enough, because they talked about using another fund to cover the difference. But when we heard back, when our lawyer talked to theirs, it appears now that that full amount is available, which then means that property really can never be, developed for anything or sold out from underneath.
Right.
The last thing I think the board would be happy with and the community would be is if we go down this road and then somebody is able to capitalize greatly on that piece of property. But truly, it's in a floodplain, and it best serves the community
There-
as a parking lot.
There are community members that are waiting for that to go for sale, I mean,
Right.
I know
Oh, yeah.
that for sure,
Lots of
but,
people
But those offers
can't
have
do
been
that.
low.
right, well, they wouldn't.
mean,
yeah.
informal
They
offers.
wouldn't wanna
She said
pay
They
that
won't pay
price
that
No,
for it.
It's right in
exactly.
the
to
agenda, so
mediate
if you
and all
click on
that.
it right there, it should pull up for
Definitely
you.
not worth it.
And it was a bus garage,
Mhm.
and I think it's fuel into the ground. There was a tank that
There was
ruptured.
a tank, yeah,
Mhm.
we dug it out.
Yep, and now, when you see that cost estimate, it talks about rounds of injections. The injections, it's really just, it increases the time, the speeding up of the decay of whatever's there. So, there has to be, I think, in the actual, estimate, it shows, I think, 12 rounds of those injections. And then there's a period of monitoring and some other things, so we would be happy to be accepted into the program because it would be one less thing that we would have to track and follow and make sure we yearly are extending our insurance too.
Yep.
So,
Okay. All right. Let's recommend the Board of Education enter into a purchase agreement for the Clermont County Auditor parcel number 260-903.225B, located at 229 Front Street, Richmond, Ohio 45157. I need a motion, please.
So moved.
Tim, second? All right, I'll make that. Any other discussion? No discussion? Roll call, please.
All right. Mr. Dufaw,
Yes.
Ms. Grazer,
Yes.
Ms. Story,
Yes.
Mr. Wooten.
Yes. Awesome. Item number 6, adjournment.
So move.
Tim
I'll
makes a
second.
motion. Amy makes a second. Should be no discussion about that, right? Dinner. Roll call, please.
All right, Mr. Dufaw.
Yes.
Ms. Grazer.
Yes.
Ms. Story.
Yes.
Mr. Wooten.
Yes. 4:18 adjournment.
That's what I got.
Sounds good.
well,
Just wait.